So welcome back to Cooking with the Veteran. As always, I'm Dave. And before we get into today's show, to all my brothers and sisters out there deployed overseas, wherever you are, know that we love you, we miss you, we think about you, we care about you, and we hope you come home safe soon. And to all my brothers and sisters out there that are struggling right now, you know, you're not alone. Remember, your story isn't over. Remember to listen for that sizzle. Remember to be like bacon, because bacon is great. Right? So I got my nice meat going here. And I know what you might be thinking. It's summertime. Why are you doing stew? I actually love soup. I can eat it year round. So it's one of the things that I enjoyed about when I worked in China as a teacher was they had soup everywhere, all day long. It could be 150 degrees outside, and they had soup. All right, so you notice I put a little flour on my beef, and I know a lot of people don't do that. The reason why I do it is I want to build a roux in the bottom of my pan. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that on now. Going to heat it up before I put the oil in, make sure that's nice and hot. So I want to build a roux. And thank you, Blue Rose, for following. That roux is going to help build the base for the soup. And this is where a lot of people make the mistake. They don't do the roux, and they don't really have a strong flavor inside of the soup. All right, so I'm just going to mix this around. Okay, so the pan's almost warm. We're waiting on that to totally, I'm waiting for the shimmer. You want to see like a shimmer on your oil, and that means that the oil is hot enough. That feels warm enough. Let's get the meat in there. Listen for that sizzle. And that's what we want to hear. I'm going to put that on just below medium. And like I said, I want to mix that around. I want to keep that going to create that roux in the bottom. And if you follow my show, you know I'm not going to dice up this onion really small. I really like big chunks of vegetables in stews. Right? I never understood people who want to dice up their vegetables really small into a soup. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the beef. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my onion. Saute up the onions, right, so they're almost translucent. So like I said, I like big chunks, okay? I'm going to cut up some big chunks. Using some, I got some parsnips, some turnip, got some celery. The onions are almost ready to move to the next phase. For carrots, I mean, you could use a regular carrot. I love getting these small tricolor carrots. I think they're great for a stew or a soup. And the great thing is they're small. You don't have to cut them. All right, so you see there, I got the nice roux, okay, on the bottom of the pan. And now, like, people would add red wine at this point. But we're doing this grunt style, so a pint of Guinness. And that's going to help me deglaze the bottom. Add some Anaheim pepper to it. I'm going to, at this time, I'm going to throw in my celery, but instead of tomato paste, I'm going to use a can of diced tomatoes. All right, so I got my cilantro. I make it with sweet potato. And believe it or not, sweet potato tastes great in stews. Okay, got some parsley, some cilantro, and I got me some nice rosemary in my garden. At this time now, it's time to add back in my meat. All right, this time I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm using the tricolor carrots. I'm going to put those in there. Got my knife from my friends at the Black Horse Forge. For my potatoes, I'm using the multicolor potatoes because I love the combination of the different flavors of the potatoes. And again, you notice I haven't added a lot of broth yet. I want to wait till I have all the vegetables in. And you want to fill the pot. You don't want to go higher than like right here, about the 2/3 as far as liquids go, because that will cause it to spill over. All right, so I'm going to add another Guinness, and then I'm going to add some of my vegetable broth. And then what I'm going to do, I got this between a medium and a low. I'm going to cover this, okay? And I'm going to check on it about every 10 to 15 minutes. Just to make sure it's not burning, okay? All right, so the stew is almost done. What I like to do before it finishes is I want to make sure that it's got a good consistency of seasoning. I just take a little piece of bread. Can maybe use a little more pepper, but other than that, it tastes great. So let's go ahead and bowl it up and give it a try. And of course, as always, comes my favorite part of every show. Let's give it a try. The meat is beautifully tender. Like I said, the sweet potato gives it a nice flavor. You really should try that out. And once again, thank you for everybody who's joined my live, who came on my show. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Please make sure you like, share, and follow. And until next time, hoorah.